And okay, Breezin with Bierman. It's actually been on 15 years, 5 years since Sally took over, and we have who else helps me out? Patrick, Scythe DeVoe and everything.
Good man, tired and all.
I got to thank Sally for talking, and our director George McCullough, because I forgot to put in for Facebook Live, and usually they stick to the rules. If you don't do it, they don't let you don't go on. But flexibility, discretion was used. We just went off. Why aren't we? Why can't I see anything?
I don't know.
All right. Is this a metaphor of my show, or the show, of my life?
Everything's gone black.
It's gone black. Adam is the new black. I don't know if that. No. Anyway, you talk. I can't talk. It's been a while. I missed you. I did cry. I did cry. You've been around the world.
I've been around the country. Yes. I'm Laura Lepre. I'm Adam's co-host. I am also the director of the Dark Military. And tonight we've definitely got.
And I've always said the reason why we get higher ratings than anyone else.
Yes.
Oh, because of Lauren.
Because of him.
Okay.
Yes, I bring the ratings. But tonight's special night, because recently the Dark Military has been released on digital format. So you can currently see it on Amazon Prime and iTunes, and you can still buy it on Blu-ray, Average Superstar Films, Diabot Films, Scream Team Releasing, Grindhouse, and at Amazon. But I've got two fan favorites of the film here. We've got another Dark Military member, the very beautiful Gina Marie Scholl, also known as Jezebel. I always get that a lot. I get that everywhere I would go when I'm screened to be like, "Where's Jezebel?" I'll be like, "Yeah, where is Jezebel?" And we also got the guy that stole the show in the Dark Military.
Thank you.
The almighty Jimbo the Cook, a.k.a. Dave Ferrier here. So
thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for both joining us.
Yes.
And special guest appearance by Charles. Chucky here.
I thought you were about to say me.
Yeah.
The doll.
And for anyone who's not seen the film, there's a reason I know Adam. Adam is in the film also for a few minutes.
Remember, I threatened you. I go, if he doesn't put me in that film, I'm going to beat him up. And then you came in and said I used to do like wrestling and.
Yes. So to back up, like 5 years ago, Adam had me on as a guest, and as I was, I never met the guy, and as I came into the green room, I stopped at the doorway, and Adam was talking to people in the room and said,
Talking smack.
He was like, "Yo, this guy Laura's coming up here. He's good and everything, but he's like, I want this guy to put me in a movie, and I will not read for it. I just want to be in the movie." So I came in the room laughing, and Adam felt all stupid. And we've been friends ever since. And then he made me his co-host. How about that?
What just happened? It evolved. You kind of made some good points. Like, why don't you have like background screen, and why don't you, get guests who are following?
I kind of came in and saw some things.
Yes.
You brought the Lauren treatment to the show.
Right.
Well, basically, he just had, it was just instinctive. Like, come on, he saw that. Why are you doing certain things? And I was kind of in a different level.
Yes.
And he brought so many levels. But go back. I'm sorry.
So we're calling this like the Dark Military Roundtable. So you've heard me talk a lot about it, but Adam, what was your reaction to the success of the Dark Military right now?
Well, I always thought it would be successful because, one, I like the film, and two, you put in the requisite time, and you had the background and, shall I say, the process to promote it, and the tenacity to keep doing it. So I always thought, this would take off in its genre and everything. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
Doing all right. You're not that asleep.
Okay. Yes.
And we got the great Jezebel here with us.
She threatened me already.
Yeah.
I praised her sex appeal and everything, and she said she batted her eyes at me.
I didn't get praised for sex appeal.
Yeah. I said you look thinner.
Oh, thank you.
You laid off those burgers. But you've known me before Dark Military.
Yes.
So when you actually read the role of Jezebel, what did you feel when you read that character? Like what went through your mind?
I was actually really excited to play a seducing killer. It's very fun, so I did do a little bit of studying, and then I was really excited to portray this character on camera. So it was really cool to see it when it was all done, remembering everything when I was on set. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think you did it well, because it's like it's the same old story, though. Feminine, wild, at the same time lethal. The combination, and there's always drama because you don't know where you're going to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah.
And for me,
You were sexy.
You were very sexy. Very sexy
The
cook.
first thing also, like when I had a vision of this film, and I knew who that I wanted as my cast members, and there was only 3 I didn't get, but Dave was one that I was just like, he's my only cook, and if he turns me down, I will pound this dude. It's like he has to take this.
No,
role.
I remember, like at the table read, and you telling me, look, I kind of wrote this part with you in mind, and that's for any actor. I mean, that's really flattering, to hear. And I remember, that was the first time I came up with the voice of the cook, and you were just like, yes, that's exactly what you had in your head, sort of thing. And yeah, it's such a fun character to play, and how infrequent is comic relief in a horror movie.
Yes.
But someone who's also a sadistic killer as well. So yeah, total fun character to play. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I still get like a lot of. That's one of the 2 things I always get out of the movie is where's Jezebel, and is the cook around. So like that was my favorite character. I mean, even a lot of directors sit there forever and will only praise their film. Even the people who may have not liked the film don't say a bad word about the cook. That's how good of a role it was.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for that.
Yes. So,
But have your lives changed at all?
Oh, I mean,
here.
like since then,
Drastically,
I mean,
yes.
I was thinking about this on the drive up here. That was 2015.
Yeah.
When the Pope was in town, so we were essentially stranded on
In
the
South
Fox
Jersey.
Hill compound.
technically, it was September 25th. Is
Saturday when I did my shoot.
okay? So
Yeah.
that's today, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we were filming right now. This was like a
That's
Wednesday
crazy.
or Thursday.
That's
yeah.
wild.
Wow. Didn't realize that. Yeah.
So yeah, my life has changed. I have a wife to be who's watching at home along
Mrs.
with
Cook.
Yeah, Mrs. Cook. Yeah, absolutely. And I have a new baby who will be 2 in December, and I've been getting her into the business. She's already got 2 credits to her name. She's been on House of Cards, and she's going to have a featured role in an upcoming film called Snow Babies. So yeah, not even 2 years old, and has 2 credits to her name.
Wow.
So
That.
yeah,
You're gonna be jealous. It's gonna be a
Dad's-
Hollywood jealousy. You can't divorce her though.
Oh no! Dad's pimping her out.
There
Yeah,
you go.
because mom and dad want
Hey.
to retire, and while she's on set,
You
so,
got to
yeah.
have direction. You got to know what you want. I can dig it. And hey, guys, pay the price.
Absolutely.
It's not a free ride. I can dig it.
Their memorable moment of the set that really stuck out to you.
Well, I do remember shenanigans, on the set. I won't go into too much, but I remember some shenanigans in the trailer, sort of thing. So, I wasn't involved, but I just remember that.
I see a documentary coming out
Yes,
here.
I know the
They're
real
making of.
behind the scenes. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
exactly.
that. But otherwise, I think what I just
happened with
remember is just how professional you ran everything. I mean, I've been on plenty of Hollywood type sets, House of Cards and Veep and Investigation Discovery, as well as tons of independent films, and I know you guys have too. And when you go to shoot an independent film, there's not even water for you on the set. And
You have
here
to beg.
we were literally living that for 4 to 5 days.
Yes.
And. So I think it was just how professional and how much fun it was. So it was both. But you had a mission. Look, we've got lighting that we have to worry about in some cases, and a fixed time period. And so yeah, it was just such a pleasure to work with you and Gina and Adam and everyone else. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, because I remember when I was doing the table read, I dropped all my rules. And I'm just like, I'm hoping this sinks in, and they believe me because I am going to deliver all this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking too, like you made it very clear, everyone has to come knowing their lines, and
Correct.
I'm pretty sure everyone did.
They did.
Everyone came knowing their
One
lines.
thing I'm so deeply value is like we were on time restraint, we're on a budget, and if someone slowed the freaking movie down, but everybody came, brought their A game. So I mean, amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. What was it? Do you have a particular moment that really stuck out? That
Well, I had a lot of really cool moments. Obviously, mine were a little bit different than the other killing moments because I had to be a little more seducing. But watching the film back, I remember how I felt when I was shooting those particular scenes and things I was thinking about that were making me angry, to portray it with my character because my character, you can only see her eyes and her mouth. So, you really have to play through the mask. So that was tough, but I remember probably the most memorable part was when I killed
Travis.
Travis. No, the girl.
Renee.
Renee.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget her character's name.
Nellie.
Nellie. Yeah, because I don't know if you remember, but I broke all the knives. Remember I snapped all the knives on her, killing her? Like I was straddled her and I was punching so hard into the mat that I broke everything.
Yeah, because she wasn't there.
Yeah,
she wasn't really
there.
stabbing her.
Right, I wasn't actually stabbing her,
yeah.
but I was stabbing the mat, and I remember being so mad and angry for the scene. I don't know what I was mad at, but I was mad at something. And I snapped every plastic knife, every fake, prop knife we had. And everybody said, when I got up, they said, well, we were scared of you before, but now we're really scared of you. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I just kind of, just went with it. But
I think for me, another favorite scene was in the. Who has a kitchen in an old barn?
Right.
I was
thinking that.
Not only for the film, but the Fox Hills had a kitchen in the old barn.
Musky
and
the kitchen was
I couldn't believe because that was like I was planning on a different location for that for obvious reasons.
Right.
And they're like, "Well, come here a second." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Why am I walking over to this barn?" And they're like, "Was this good enough?" I'm like,
Perfect.
"What?" I'm like, "You actually have kind of like an old."
And Natalie brought out like a whole bunch of old dishes that they didn't care about, and so that was a lot of fun for when I go bananas and I'm just smashing dishes all over the place. I mean, who doesn't want to just break stuff on set?
Yeah.
So that was definitely.
I also remember the next day was the last day, and I remember myself and the producer, editor, and unsung hero of the film, Steve Carino. Everybody was so worn out, including the PAs, that we're the guys sweeping all the shit. They're like, Steve, there's something wrong with it. He's like, yeah. He's like, what the heck? He's like, there's a whole bunch of people just laid out in the field like asleep. I'm like, we got to clean this up. But, suffer for your craft,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was a fun time.
What about the interaction with fans? Have you gotten letters when you go to different film fests?
Well, you got to also remember the film technically is brand. We shot this years ago, but it just got released.
Well, I know, but still, you still had some following already.
Oh my God! Yeah. But Gina was with me when we did South Jersey Geek Fest.
Correct.
And we did a lot of pictures
awesome.
with people and signed a
Signatures.
lot of autographs.
Yeah.
Oh, really? People wanted your autograph? Wow, cool.
Yeah, we did good. Some odd reason they kept wanting to take pictures with her.
Yes.
More than me. And
I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't understand what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you both have such nice hair, so I don't know why that.
Yeah, like us guys, we were just sitting in the corner, like, why do they keep wanting the pictures with
You're
her?
cute. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering, are they hot though? The black pants?
Yeah, they're actually.
Well,
they're
yeah.
happy,
Well, like when you're
Right.
no, they're just they're faux leather. They're faux, so they're not that hot. They're lightweight.
Looks like they're painted on though.
Yeah, they are. I actually painted them before we got on
Gotcha.
set.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Again, suffer for your craft.
That's it. Beauty is pain.
It helps the performance, though. I understand.
Yeah.
So, what's new though? Okay, now the movie's out. What can we expect next?
Well, I still would like to do 2 more, in which everybody will be returning. That
You can come back from the dead too, if you want.
but you never know. We'll get to that point. But I have both scripts written, but right now, for people at home, we're all indie people here. There's not like any of us are making humongous money on this. We don't have A-list marketing, obviously, so. Our movie is available right now on Amazon Prime and iTunes, and it matters so much to us. It's the best compliment you could for us is to go purchase that and enjoy this movie. That is how we get our rewards, but also how part of the reason we could get a budget, start making that budget right there for the sequels.
Right.
Just,
Who negotiated with Amazon Prime? You did?
Yeah, that's a whole other world because we had close to 40 distribution companies chasing the dark military, and all those deals, I'd say except for 3, were very shady. And that is the very bad part about this business is a lot of them don't want to give you any money. They're going to put you on every platform. They're going to send you paperwork, and half of that paperwork is just cryptic. You're just like, what's this mean?
Right.
And that's the screw over of that's those cryptic pages are less like basically you're selling your soul, you're not going to see a dime.
Right.
We own your rights and everything. So, you cough it back at them like, put this in English, please. You're like, oh, no, that has to stay there. Or they'll say, we're not going to pay you for the film, but you're going to have to pay all the expenses for the marketing. And I'm like, you will not market the film more than I have. How about I pay for all the expenses? You have the film? No. What do you mean no? Like, what's the problem here?
Right.
It's just they want your film. And the more louder the film got, the more those wolves came,
Right.
trying to get the film. And to get to Amazon, to get to iTunes, try calling the #1 company in the world, Amazon, and try to call Apple and say who you are. Mm-hmm. It took a lot of pulling teeth to get to those two platforms. There's more on their way. I'm happy with those two. Obviously, they're the two biggest. And there will be. We're going for the Netflix one. We're going for Tubi and Hulu and all that other stuff. But you can watch it right now. But this is a wholehearted project to make. And I owe all these people and everybody who was involved to, keep this film rolling. And, I don't know how to just sit still.
And I think everyone who's in the film owes you, because we've all been part of so many independent films. And as soon as everyone yells cut, they think everyone's going to come running to them. Producers are going to run to them. So, let's produce this film. No, you are constantly out there across the country, grinding it out, dealing with the shady distributors and all that sort of thing. And look where we are. It's literally 4 years to the day. And you're still out here
and we're
promoting this film. And I think that's something that's unique and a testimony to you.
Thank you.
Because there are so many independent filmmakers who, the DVD comes out and that's the last you ever hear and see of it.
Also, let's be honest, a lot of them suck, too.
Sure, absolutely.
Or they don't put the effort in all the time.
Yeah. I mean, but I've worked with them. Obviously, I've known them before, the Dark Military. And, I mean, we could start throwing red flags, but there's so many things we've done that never seen the light.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Never seen
or shouldn't.
Yeah. Or they did we had one screening, high five, we're the best, and then they never put in a film festival.
Right.
They just go right through the next. Like, they're trying to be the king of regional, and I don't care about that one bit.
Right.
Yeah.
You're hoping in the meantime, my actresses, someone catches fire, like an A-list movie, like, put that into this film over here.
There you go.
You're hoping for that too. The bands. I mean, the bands are always pushing it and stuff, and you got to constantly be loud. You can never really stop. I mean, there's been times where like I would stop the movie edit with Steve, and I'd be like, "Dude, go do something. I'm going to go do something," and I'd be going to a show or a concert, and by like half hour in, I'm like, I shouldn't be here. I should be editing. Like, I can't.
You can start obsessing, but
because you want it that.
It's a journey, and it's a journey though. But you could always do more.
You're having a conversation with someone, you don't even know what you're saying.
Well, speaking of the music video, that was something you also did that I thought was unique, and that was obviously just crazy fun.
Yeah, it was.
For me to just go bananas in the theater and sort of thing. So again, I think just another unique way to promote the film. With the band who did part of the soundtrack and everything.
And to have all our characters in it, and the cast. Yeah, you could all see the bad. If you all go to YouTube and put in "Bad Luck 13," the Dark Military, you'll see our music video. Yeah. And it's just not a band playing. Thing that's happening. We're telling a story. But that was another thing with the film. It's like we're going to do a music video now. That stops the edit. Where that puts us down a few months now. So the movie's now pushed back from post-production because it takes forever to edit. Then I have my film festivals 2 or 3 times a year. Well, that's coming up. Gotta stop that.
Right.
And then my producer, Steve Carino's been trying to get projects up off the ground. He'd be like, dude, I gotta stop for a little bit. Like, I got you. And I never tell anybody. I never get anybody in the way of anybody's art.
Right, but it's a campaign that gets interrupted.
Yeah. But it's and at the same time, you're like trying to pass info along on Facebook and stuff, and all you're getting is when's it coming out? And it drives you crazy.
You need a personal assistant.
You do, but how you paying them when you don't? Be my personal assistant, but
I think it should be Arenz. I think Jeff should be your personal.
Who?
Jeff Arenz. He should be your personal assistant.
You think?
Yeah. No.
Can you take advantage of a gullible, naive person and Give them cookies and milk or something, or promise of Hollywood stardom? No. Well, we have 2 more minutes. Again, give the bona fides. Where can we see the Dark Military? Oh, there I am.
That is you. You can see the great Adam Bierman.
Oh, there's me.
Yeah, Gina Marie show and Dave Pro. Yes, you can see all this movie, The Dark Military.
I love that, man. It's like Story of O. I like that, man.
Yes, you please see us. We can see us on Amazon and iTunes right now, and you can order a Blu-ray at AverageSuperstarFilms.com, ScreenTeamReleasing.com, DiamondBlockFilms.com, and Amazon again for the Blu-ray. They're also selling it, and Grindhouse. Really, it's been a big passion to my life, and I owe these people, and I thank them so much for doing this ride with me.
We thank you.
And we thank you. We thank you very much.
And everyone take another look at her one more time. Everyone take a look at Dave, too.
Shucks, yeah. I'm going to juggle some burgers next time.
Let's go to a party. I'm just joking. Okay, yes. Okay, well, thank you, and we'll be right back after this. Adam Bierman, we're back with Breezin with Bierman. It says 5 years strong, which is true. It's 5 years strong with Sally Tazelaar, Patrick McDonald, but this show's been on, I think, for like 15 years. It was Adam, Breezin with Bierman, then Adam. It was 2 hours, now it's 1 hour. And now, through the amazing Dolce Vita media, can you please say that for me? How do you say it?
I think it's Dolce Vita.
Dolce Vita, see? And I was just in Italy this summer and I screwed it up. We like to promote local businesses, and we have Spoony Sweets. Now, I got to admit, before you even say anything, when I saw that, I go, what concept is this? Then I went to the website. Then I go, decadence, sugar, fun, colorful, and stuff. And it's good for ages, all adults, kids, and everything, and parties, too.
Yeah, everything from 1 year to, well, as long as you can walk in the door or push in with a cart, it doesn't matter.
Before we get into the business end of it, who are you and what exactly is Spoony Sweets to the general public here in Mercer County, Princeton, New Jersey, onward?
Well, I'm Medina Cekic, and Spoony Sweets is an all-day cereal cafe. We serve it breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, snacks, all the way around. Yeah.
And you go in there and it's like you turn a little knob and the cereal
We do that. We have our menu. We have close to 50 cereals, 20 toppings, 7 different types of milk. We have everyone decide what they want. They usually choose 2 cereals, a topping, and their drizzle. And we serve it, milk on the side, and you can use as much or as little as you need. Yeah.
Has this ever been done before? Is this a trademark concept?
No. There's quite a few that have done it, even in Jersey, Philadelphia, a few in New York, around the world, even around the country. It's been done before and still is very active all over the place. So nothing new from the standpoint of us, reinventing the wheel, if you will, but something very new for Mercer County, for Princeton area, for Hamilton, for Lawrence, Ewing, everywhere.
How many different cereals do you have? Do you have hot cereal?
No,
all cold right now. We do like Medina said, we have close to 50 cereals, and you mix them. You mix the cereals so that you can start to kind of bring out different flavor profiles. And you can say you mix like we have a bowl called Napoleon Dynamite. It's an awesome bowl. It takes Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles. We put like Lucky Charms marshmallows on top, and then we put a chocolate drizzle on top of that.
Oh my God!
And that's a completely gluten-free bowl.
Yes.
What about your pancreas? I'm just joking. No, but
we're not responsible for that.
We have a restaurant.
Do you have to trademark? Do you have to have contracts with Post cereal? I mean, when you use their cereals, how does that work?
No. Actually, it's really they're all pretty cool about it. We're helping to push the product of cereal.
Right.
We really just have to give the rights where the rights are due, whether it be trademark or registration, whatever it is for the manufacturer, we let them know on our website.
So it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, and someone, who walks in? What kind of people?
It could go from kids going before school, so we'll get that quite often. We have some folks who come in and they will just get a bowl of cereal. They'll have a book with them and they will sit down and start reading.
Work at their computer.
Yeah.
We have Wi-Fi.
Oh, you have Wi-Fi and everything?
We've got Wi-Fi, yes. Basically everyone and anyone from all walks of life. We have the kids, we have the adults, we have seniors, we've got everybody coming in to enjoy a bowl of cereal.
Are you trying to get them to stay around to form a community talk? I mean, does that happen at all? Or more people? I mean, it's like Starbucks, or is it like a library, or what happened? What's the social scene?
It's mostly just, yes, we ourselves like to engage everyone who comes through the door. Part of our goal is not just our slogans, it's more than cereal, it's an experience. So in doing so, we want to get to know everyone. You know, we know quite a few people now by first name when they walk in. We know the types of things they like. We know what
exactly
they're doing in their life.
They want.
You know, we get to know them like friends versus it just being a setting where you kind of come in, get your food, and then leave.
Right.
So we're trying to set, yes, a community style type place where the kids can watch cartoons. We have games there. We have a huge Connect 4 inside of
cool.
there.
So you can sit down there and start playing.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we even get in there and play with the customers sometimes. Just
That brings
to
things
kind of have
up.
some fun.
Right.
Yeah.
What
absolutely.
about the business end? What is it like to start a small business and get a concept going in today's market? And I mean, it seems difficult, especially in this area. I mean, I don't know what rents are. I know in Princeton, the rents are pretty sky high right now.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's too bad as far as Hamilton's considered. We were pretty pleased with what we had worked out there. But starting a small business, I think, or starting a business in general, I think, if I had any piece of advice for myself, Medina can speak for hers as well. I think it's just going and doing it. You know, you can have an idea for 20 or 30 years, but if you never take the action to actually go for it, it's the most scariest part. It's the toughest part. It's the part where you got to really dig down deep and say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to do this for my family. I'm going to do this for, you know, whatever your reasons are. But do it. Just do it.
You have to tolerate ambiguity. You have to have a high pain threshold. You have to be there all the time too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're there 12 hours a day. We're owner-operators, so we work the store. It's hours.
We're open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
7 days a week, 8 to 8 every day.
So no one else can steal from you unless you steal from yourself.
No,
Right.
no, that's
Basically.
the rule.
So we come up short in the till, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, what did you do today? You were the only one who worked the register. Like, what's up with
How do you
that?
start off with advertising? You learn that on the fly. You had a business background. Like when you start your business, you get it going. How do you get that amplified out? How do you get the vibe going to some place to go? I mean, is there a specific way in this world to advertise with all
for
the
sure,
different social
for sure.
media?
I mean, that social media is it. Social
basically
media
it?
is it. Yeah, not basically it. I mean, my background comes from marketing.
Okay.
So I've been in the marketing scene for the last 20 years.
Oh, I see.
Dealing from traditional like newspaper and TV all the way
Which
up
is
through
kind of
all
changing.
of digital. Oh, for sure. But mostly digital is where my background comes from.
So you do like search engine SEOs and everything.
Absolutely. You know, it's important to have a website. It's important to have your social media there. The biggest part for us, I think, and Medina may agree, is when people come in, they're sharing where they are. Yeah. They're sharing photos of them because we have these huge 3-foot spoons.
Right, that's smart. Right.
Yeah,
Logos
so it's fun.
it.
We have a photo room where it's got a huge 3-foot.
They're doing the selfies and everything.
Yeah,
so it's self-advertising and everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It's people taking selfies. It's people taking pictures of the food.
I saw
Whatever
the
they're
website,
eating.
yeah.
So you've seen, and it's a lot of word of mouth. Social media has been for us insane. We've gotten so much out of social media, and it's really been great.
It seems like a cool idea, yeah. And
It's
you got to
fun.
keep it going. How much does it cost, though,
So what?
to eat there?
Oh no, bowl is just $5. $5.49 is a regular size bowl. That gets you everything that we explained: the 2 cereals, the topping, the drizzle, and your milk.
Right.
So it's you can feed a family of 4 for $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we have morning specials where you can come in and get bowls for $4 from 8 to 10, so that, you know, for kids going to school or people trying to get into work, you can get in there and literally we can make a bowl very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and we can have.
Well, they
you in
must
the
come
door.
for the experience, though, because they could do that at home.
Yeah,
They could spend $1 at
absolutely.
Walmart and get the same thing.
They could.
And then
they could.
people want to come in because there are certain cereals. Like, not everybody wants to buy Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Right.
They don't want a whole box of it in the house, so they'll come
Oh,
there.
that's true.
You
That's
know what
true.
I mean?
Right,
and then
right,
people come in and they'll try this one and that one.
It's like ice cream.
depending
It's
on-
like ice cream in that sense.
So
right.
it's been good. And then we also have a
Interesting.
couple of other things on the menu. We've got the sushi roll, our banana sushi roll.
Yeah, I saw that. What the hell's that?
Yeah.
You can swear if you want. What the H-E-double?
Seriously?
Yeah, it's, okay.
No, don't give him that. Don't give him that. Go ahead.
F this and F that. No, but Yeah, what was the sushi thing? I was looking at your website today.
Yeah, we take-
because the great, how do you say it? La Dulce Vita. Okay, sorry, Joey.
Dulce Vita.
We have to say it every 8 minutes, like Top 40 Radio.
Oh, okay.
Can we do that for Spoony Sweets?
Sure, say that too. Spoony Sweets brought to you by La Dulce
Media.
Media and Joey. Well, Dominique goes by a different name. Yes, and everything. But what were we talking about?
The banana sushi rolls.
Yes. What the hell is that?
Okay, it's banana. Eat with either Nutella or peanut butter, depending on the
Nutella.
roll.
I like Nutella.
Yeah, and
That was
it's
a good one.
we put cereal on top. We wrap it up in a whole wheat tortilla. We add more cereal to it, a drizzle, and then we serve it up on sushi plates with chopsticks because it's just more fun that way.
Yeah, the Odyssey is going to continue. You're going to probably find different things that work and don't work, and
Yes,
different things,
we
and
have.
refresh
Oh, yeah.
yourself.
We have-
Medina makes homemade yogurt, so
We make our
delicious
yogurt parfaits.
homemade yogurt. Yeah, and you can top it with anything in the place from
Homemade
fresh
yogurt's
fruit,
good. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
fresh fruit to cereal. I mean, we've had so many people put cereal in their yogurt, and it's fun. You know, it does build, as you were saying, the experience. It builds the experience around it just not being just a cereal place or not just being a place where you go and sit and eat some food. You're having a good time because we're making jokes, we're playing loud music,
Right.
we're playing cartoons
Right,
from
you
back
have
in the
to do
day, cartoons from today, you know, things that kind of resonate with almost everyone.
It's but it's very multi-sensory, tactile, and everything.
Yes.
Very.
Because I think, I mean, I grew up here, now I'm back. It used to be a small town, but now people are isolated. I think people want to get out and do something and feel a sense of community,
Yeah.
even if it's for 30 minutes.
Right.
In Hamilton.
That's exactly it. That's exactly
what we're
it.
trying to do.
Yeah.
God, I'm a
That's our goal.
genius. I'm a genius. I'm so insightful. But hold on. So how long has the business been going for now?
5.5 months.
And are you kind of like a couple? You have to like.
Yes.
We are, yes.
We have the Spock, Star Trek thing. Are you married or just not yet married?
We're
yet?
a couple.
You're a couple. No, I didn't get you married. Okay, so when are you guys going to break up? I'm sorry, but how can you?
Wow.
Well,
God, I took a dark turn. Sorry,
Yeah.
Joey. I'm sorry.
Don't forget to mention Spoony Sweets
Spoony Sweets.
every 8 minutes.
How long? No,
Every
no.
37
okay.
seconds.
I took a dark turn
we
there.
do 37
no, but
seconds?
what about the pressure though? I know. Hey, you're excited you're doing this, but God, how are you going to keep going?
easy.
Easy, because it's your passion.
Yeah.
See, I rescued the
Absolutely.
moment. I'm going to go back to it.
No, listen, and for the point of we were Medina and I have known each other a very long time.
Oh, but
So-
that would be hard on anybody. I would still think. I mean, maybe you could mesh perfectly. You know each other.
We
the
kinda
rhythms
do.
and all.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We work very well together.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah,
a beautiful thing to be
that's true. Then yeah, you shouldn't ruin it. You shouldn't. Yeah, then you should just
We
stay
hadn't
with it.
planned to.
Yeah.
And it just
We're gonna
happened
stick it
naturally.
out.
Yeah.
What do you do after 12 hours a day after day? I mean, can you turn it off? Do you go home and like if you see cereal box, you throw it out, or
No.
No, we love cereal.
oh, you still love
always
cereal?
Yeah,
looking
absolutely.
for-
Not only do you sell it, you love the cereals that you
We do.
sell.
Yes,
We do.
that sparked
We-
everything. That sparked it from there, and then from that point, it grew to the point of saying, you know what, we want to do our own thing. We want to make our own rules, and
You wanted to change your life. You wanted to be your own boss, so to speak. What were you doing?
Definitely. I was an office manager. I
Right.
worked as an office manager, and then we started talking about this, and we.
You want to be the captain of your own industry,
Absolutely.
ownership.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we're going to work, we might as well do it for ourselves.
Yes.
Right. Is there a break-even point after the initial investment? Did you take your own savings, or did you get not angel investors? You get someone.
No,
No, it was
all
it all
ours.
came from us. So we
was
had a
all
very
ours.
unique opportunity. We had
For
both-
space,
Yeah.
everything. Right.
Not even just space, but from just financially and where we were in our lives.
That's good to know.
we
though,
both
too.
have between us. We have 6 sons. I have 2 sons.
Oh my God.
She has 4 sons.
Yeah.
So we're what we call on the back 9 because my youngest is
1 minute.
16.
Oh, we only have 1 minute.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, well then, I can't.
Dolce Vita.
La Dolce Vita Media, Joey, Dominique, and Spoony Sweets. Give us your bona fides, your website, where they can go and talk to you.
You can go to spoonysweets.com. You can go to Facebook. It's Spoony Sweets Cereal Cafe. You can go to Instagram, which is Spoony Sweets. You can find us everywhere. If you look us up on Google, you can find all kinds of pictures,
Yelp,
reviews,
Google, all kinds of
Yelp,
stuff.
everywhere.
We're
We do
everywhere.
delivery through Grubhub and Uber.
And
Uber
birthday
Eats,
parties.
And
Birthday
birthday
And you're
parties.
accessible easily in Hamilton.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we're there every day of the week.
Okay. Well, thank you, La Dolce Vita Media and Joey Dominique and Spoony Sweets. And if
Thank
I
you
come
very
in,
much.
will you give me something free?
Yeah,
Of course we
absolutely.
will.
Okay, thank you.
Got it. Thanks, sir.
And we'll be right back. Thank La Dolce Vita Media and Joey Dominique, who's brought us Mike Mola,
Yes, sir.
and Kurt Baker. Mike is a lawyer.
Yes.
He's an actor, womanizer. No, I'm just joking.
Yes.
Yeah, that too. And Kurt Baker. Kurt, you came in with the winds with the mic?
Yeah. I was just, I was walking down the street, saw Mike. Figured he looked interesting. I figured I'd follow
I
him.
had a nice tie on. I said, well,
Yeah, I like the tie. That's not St. Patrick's Day.
is the reason we're here in many ways.
I thought you would, what, he wanted to commit suicide?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
So go ahead, Kurt. Why don't you tell him why we're here?
I'm trying to look at the life side of
That's
it.
okay. Yeah. Essentially, Mike is our honoree. We have an event coming up, and we have an organization called Attitudes in Reverse, which focuses on youth mental health awareness and suicide prevention. And Mike's been a great advocate, helping us out, trying to spread the word, and helping us to really teach our young people how to better manage themselves from a mental health perspective. And we want them to all have better mental health. Mm-hmm. And so we start as young as 2nd grade, and we talk to the young people, and hopefully, if we take care of their mental health, then we can prevent suicides. That's the goal.
So Kurt and his wife, Tricia, thanks Trish for everything that she does. Amazing.
She's the one outside?
No, she's not.
No, she's actually on a mission tonight right now. She's working.
She's a Mormon? What are you talking about?
She's working.
No, okay. She's working.
Suicide prevention mission.
Oh, okay.
She's actually working. We're taking.
I can't joke about. I shouldn't joke about. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's good that we're talking about it, and this is what we have to do, right? We have to talk about it, and everybody has a different way of expressing things.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's really true.
Not talking about it is the worst thing, and so. Full circle, Kurt and his wife lost their 16-year-old son a few years back to suicide, and this became their life's mission. So since then, they've gone out to schools and have spoken to about 85,000 kids.
Yeah, 85,000 kids.
So it's been, they've taken something that's very, very tragic, obviously.
Well, your life is never the same again.
Yeah.
That would be true, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have this amazing event coming up that you should probably come to if you're around, if you have the opportunity, October 16th. Here in Princeton, a taste of hope. Everybody needs hope.
I want to be here, but my wife's making me go up to Wheaton College to visit my daughter. But I guess that's apropos.
Does Wheaton College have 25 restaurateurs?
You could bring them down.
Food and drink.
I would love to.
Will. Yeah.
So you're doing the Feast of Hope. That's you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taste of Hope.
Taste of Hope. Feast of Hope.
Yes, people can go to.
It's my show. Say what I want to.
Yeah, they can get information.
As long as you donate, you call it whatever you want.
Okay.
Air.ngo.
Correct. Air.ngo.
Air.ngo. So if you can come, it's going to be a great night with a lot of food, a lot of drinks, sponsorships, and
in Princeton, New Jersey.
Princeton, New Jersey.
Where
Marriott.
Palmer Square, the Marriott.
At the Marriott.
The Marriott. 100 College Road.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually West Windsor.
No, it's actually Plainsboro.
Yeah.
We won't discuss that. But the cause is great and everything.
Yeah. So it'll be a great night. So if people can attend, that would be fantastic. If they want to go to the website and sponsor or donate, all of the money goes to the charity, which allows them to go out to the schools.
You're not going to a party. You're not going to vacation or anything on that stuff.
Yeah.
But what can we do? I mean, you hear so much about suicide in teens.
We can do this. We can talk.
One, to raise amplify, but why are the reason teens killing themselves? Is it worse?
Unfortunately, the stat is getting worse. The suicide rate has doubled for those 12 and under the last 10 years.
You're kidding me. In this country?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's actually a worldwide issue, but we're seeing our kids younger and younger.
That's like a major disaster.
It is.
It is. We've had kids we've lost as young as like 6 years old.
Yeah, and one of the biggest problems, we all know it. It's no secret. We see it in our homes and everywhere we go. Because of technology, we're supposed to be more connected than ever, but we're more disconnected.
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and that's the problem. So we need to be able to talk, identify, and let people know that, let young people know especially, that there are organizations like this. There are people who can help, who are equipped, because they don't. And unfortunately, when they try to deal with this on their own, it doesn't.
Well, they don't understand what they're going through, be it depression or compulsion.
They don't know what it is. That's right.
Right. And
yeah, especially young people. They have these things they don't feel well, and we want to teach them it's not okay not to feel okay. And there are things you can do. There's techniques that you can learn to really kind of improve your mental health. Absolutely. Right.
Like, what do they do? Like cognitive type thing?
Yeah, the younger kids will talk. We hear terms like mindfulness, but basically it's just understanding. We're just talking to Mike's wife about teaching how to breathe correctly. These types of things are very, very important. Things. Like when to get rid of the technology, like leave your phone and downstairs, charge it somewhere else.
Yeah. This is a problem.
Get a clock. They work. They're just as well as waking you up in the morning. They cost about $10 now, and leave the phone downstairs out of the way, turn it all off, separate, disconnect. You need to relax, just like you need a vacation. You need time you need downtime from technology just as much as anything else. You need downtime from all this stimulus.
Right.
Because you need to
overstimulus.
Right, and the kids don't have time, and we need to value downtime for kids because you can teach, but unless you give them downtime to assimilate and actually process that information, you can overload them just like exercise, right? Exercise great,
Right.
but you can't exercise 24/7.
Right,
Otherwise, you're going to
lactic
break
acid
down.
and everything.
You're going to break
Right,
down,
right,
just like with your brain. Your brain's got to have time to recover. You can work it hard, but you also have to let it recover.
I don't know how pervasive it is, but it's true though. Like I'm an old timer, but before technology, you went outside, you played, you interacted,
Correct.
and you had to learn to socialize and
Parents
everything.
kicked you out. They kicked you out of the house.
Yeah,
What are you doing here?
exactly.
Get out of
It's
here.
a natural way of living.
Get outta here.
Nature. There's so many things that are unnatural about the way we live.
Yeah,
now.
nature can amplify and highlight your mood and everything.
Yeah.
But being down in the basement doing Game Boy, whatever,
Get dirty. It's
weird.
good for you.
Yeah.
Get those
It's
microbes
weird.
under your fingernails.
I
It's good
even
for
see
you.
it in Princeton. I don't know what of other communities. Princeton, I'm from here, but now Princeton High School's turned into some kind of a high-intensity Japanese high school.
Yeah.
And people are bragging about taking, no, really,
Yeah.
I'm taking 10 AP classes. And like you said,
Right.
and when they're not doing
Right.
that, they're either with their computer or their
Well,
friends
the
doing
problem with
silly
that
thing.
is they're not sleeping.
And they're not sleeping, which
Sleeping is the number one issue that we really need
your
to address.
brain, yes.
Is,
Yeah.
when kids are that age, they probably need anywhere from 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And when we talk to the kids, some
It's
of them
really
get 4,
true.
5, 6 hours max.
Yeah.
And
they're
it's a big
developing.
problem.
They're
It's-
developing.
That's right,
Right.
exactly. And that's when you develop when you're sleeping.
You got to, yeah, my
Your
dad,
brain's recovering when you're sleeping.
you know, it's funny when you're young, you're kind of pissed off. My dad was a doctor, so because you have to eat your sleep. And I didn't take it literally though. I just,
Right.
Dad, why am I going to bed at 10? You know, I'm in ninth grade.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, your body needs it. Your immune system needs
Right.
it and everything. But it's really true. And these kids
Yeah.
are acting like middle-aged executives.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
burning the midnight oil. It's not healthy at all.
And it burns out.
Absolutely.
It burns out
If you're not
everything.
careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the goal is to help them learn better ways of living, identifying issues, like we said, and accessing organizations and people that can help.
It has to be holistic then. The parents have to be involved to.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
key. The key is many parents don't understand that, because there's a differentiator between is it a crisis situation or is it just normal growth, normal
Yeah.
behavior, and they
acting
will,
out, whatever. yeah.
Right. So they have to know signs, symptoms,
Right.
and they have to learn how to talk to their kids about their children about mental health, just like they talk about physical health. So if you start those conversations very, very early about how are they feeling mentally, you can actually ask them, are you feeling suicidal?
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
the right
thinking of
way.
killing yourself?
Right.
You actually need to have these conversations very, very young so it's normalized. So if and when that ever comes up,
Right.
Prepared.
they're much
prepared.
more likely to share that information with you if they're not feeling well or if their friends are not feeling well.
And normally, until you told me that statistic, I'd be like, what do you mean? It doesn't happen that much. But
And that's right. And you
Right.
you hit the nail on the head. They're mini CEOs. They're all academic, but we don't learn the most important thing, right? We're human beings. We're emotional creatures.
we're social animals.
Yeah, and we don't learn really in school about our emotions and how to handle our emotions and how to talk about our emotions. I'm sad. It's not okay for a male to be sad. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
okay.
true.
You have to be right. So you have to help them understand how to understand what they're feeling and be able to talk about those things. Because like Kurt said, that's one of the biggest problems that we run into. They don't know how to
Right.
deal
Right.
with what they're going through.
And they
Mike
have
points out,
misplaced
men
stoicism.
especially, young men especially, don't share their feelings, and so that's what happens. Is suicide rates are higher among men.
So it just ferments and ferments, right, and everything.
Yeah.
Or they think they're crazy. They don't want anyone to
Right.
know or whatever.
Fear of what other people will think.
Especially when you're
Right.
a teenager. Come on,
Right,
we
it's
all
everything,
that.
image.
Yeah. Because high school, it's not like you can leave your high school if you want to. You have to live there in that little
Right.
in that ecosystem and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, because looking back, I remember some people. Now I know with hindsight, some people got ridiculed and picked on. Now I look back, maybe they were depressed, maybe they had Asperger's.
That's right.
Or even the more garden variety. I found out with my high school reunion, one girl parents had an awful divorce and stuff
Right.
like that. And that's why they were going through what they were going through and everything. But thank God, she had a circle of friends and everything.
Right.
I could see if she didn't,
Could have been a big
it could have been.
problem.
It could have really gone to the brink.
Absolutely.
Because
And that's another key. Friends, peer support is huge.
Yeah, just even
having
talk
somebody
to.
you can talk to, having a trusted adult they can talk to if something's
Right.
happening, so they can connect them to
Not even your
services if they
parent.
need it.
Not even your parents.
It doesn't
themselves.
necessarily have to be parents, because unfortunately sometimes parents don't get it.
Oh, they don't want to
They'll
see
say
it.
you're fine.
They don't want to see it.
It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
phase.
Right,
You'll grow
right.
out of it. Well, that may be true, but it may not be true.
Right,
so you need to be aware.
And the parents aren't equipped. Very often,
Right.
they're not equipped.
Oh,
They
they're too
don't know.
busy. Yeah.
Kurt and his wife now they're professionals. I mean,
Right.
they have the experience to handle these situations. But like many early on, it's how do you learn that until you do, right?
Right.
We don't experience these things.
They don't give you a
Our
book on how to
background.
raise a child with
Yeah,
mental health disorders. that's
My
for
wife
sure.
hit it on. She's from Ecuador, in a very Latin culture. Of course, they're being affected by media and TV and all the phones. Maybe it will change. But she goes, in Princeton, she was saying, I've never seen so many psychologists. See, I had my cousins. I had my extended family. I didn't need this garden variety psychologist to talk to,
Right.
vent to, and everything. So you're right. It's the more it's so sad. The more we have technology, the more divided we've gotten in a lot of
Right.
ways. But if we can't talk about you, you learned the hard way. I mean, do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
16-year-old kid. What was
Well,
it?
actually, we was diagnosed at 16. We lost him at 19. So
Was it depression?
he had anxiety and depression. He was first diagnosed with depression and then anxiety. But looking back, he had severe issues, like when he was 5 years old, the old Zoloft commercial with a little cloud, the little remember that with that purple cloud and everything over him? He goes, "Mommy, I think I need that." And he was 5 years old, sitting in front of the television.
So it was organic. It was in the brain.
Absolutely. It was hereditary, organic. So there is a genetic predisposition.
Right.
But if everybody is honest about their history, most of us have something in our history somewhere that probably at least there's a possibility. But then there's environmental factors and things like that, stressors that you need to be aware of. So we can work on the stressors. We can work on and some things are simple, like diet, exercise. We need to. A lot of us are paying more attention to it anyway, but they have found there are links to diet.
Oh, I believe it. Look at processed food, sugar, lack of exercise, serotonin.
Right, and a lot of these things that we're taking into our system are not necessarily healthy, and they might be okay as far as the FDA is concerned, but they may not be okay as far as your body's concerned.
Right.
So you have to really understand your body and really. If you don't feel good after eating something, maybe think about that. Maybe don't eat it.
With
right?
a particular trigger.
Exactly, so you need to really be sensitive to that. And we've actually, since we lost our son, we've actually significantly changed our diets.
Right. It's true.
Over the years, because and I feel much better.
Right. So you don't want to go back anyway.
Once you wean yourself off these things, you no longer want the high sugar stuff. You just don't want it because you're now you understand how intense it is.
And you feel
you feel significantly better. And if I ever have something like sugary, now it's like almost like a shock to my system. I mean,
we weren't meant to eat that much sugar.
I'm much more sensitive to it now.
Right. Did he self-medicate before? That can cause problems too, like smoking dope or something.
He actually never. That's a common issue, and that's one thing to watch out. Substance use disorders and mental health disorders will often coexist. That did not happen in his case. The only thing he started, I guess he smoked when he was younger. When we lost him, we were concerned that he was probably at the phase where that might start to happen because he literally been diagnosed and treated for 3.5 years, and the psychiatrists are kind of starting over. Mm-hmm. Like they were running out of techniques. We literally had tried everything that was
psychotropic, cognitive, brain stimulation, whatever.
Well, everything he that we are aware of, he tried was prescribed to him. Wow. So we went around the circle with all different types of medications. In fact, my wife used to carry around a book like this when we go see a new doctor. She would literally take him through the history of everything we've tried and exactly what the reactions were to each one and how they interacted with each other. I mean, we knew more than the doctors went when we went in, and only because we'd lived it and we'd seen everything. So it can be a very difficult problem, but the good news is it is solvable. In our view, everybody's treatable. You can have a 100% success rate. We may not have all of the techniques down and everything figured out yet, but we're getting better at it.
So there is hope.
We're mapping the brain out. We're understanding everything.
Taste of hope.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things progressing, and we want to make sure kids understand that even if we don't find that solution right away, just hang in there. Right? We got to. That's why it's called hope, taste of hope, right? Because you got to hang in there, because everybody who hangs in there long enough does eventually find a solution. Because you talk to a lot of adults who have dealt with these things when they're younger, and they're amazed that they're still alive today, but they finally found the techniques that work for them.
Right.
And now they're living much, much better lives, and they're much happier.
They have to monitor themselves.
Yeah, you just have to understand how your brain works, just like everything else, right? You know what exercise you're going to, you know how far you can push yourself, what you can do, what you can't do. Well, you have to understand your brain and how it responds to different stimuli and different situations. And once you kind of understand that, then you know when you're getting to the edge. You know when to back off. You know when to kind of change course and so forth. So you can learn all of these things. You can learn. Absolutely, you can. Yes, absolutely.
You want to say? Oh, sorry.
No. That he just touched on it at the end there. Yeah, just be in touch with what's going on. Your body, monitor everything, and it's so important to go back to because you do get caught up in what happens on a daily basis. Go to school, learn. I have to study for this exam, that exam. I have to get ready. I have to prepare. I'm going to go to college. Which college am I going to go to? What am I going to be when I grow up? And then, meanwhile, not thinking about eating right, not thinking about physical activity. Taking time, meditation, taking time to just recenter, bounce, go out into nature, take your shoes off, touch the ground. Just be healthy in all way, in every way that you can. And I did the statistic. You might know better than I, but for teenagers now, the level of stress that they're under is the equivalent of what people in the 1950s were institutionalized for.
Yeah.
That's the amount of stress and pressure that our teenagers are under today. It
Doesn't seem very modern.
no,
Right. Isn't it
that's
odd?
right. We're going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd. We're the wealthiest country in the world, and we're under a lot of stress.
Right.
We're not happy. So first of all, you got to put your happiness first, and then build your life around what makes you happy. And I know parents don't always want to hear that, but
It's a balance. You have to find that balance.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. But you can do it. You can discover those things that you enjoy, and you can still be very successful financially.
Right.
Because we hear a lot. I know of a lot of adults who went into career paths and they're miserable.
Right.
Yeah.
They might be making a lot of money, but they're not happy. So you have to balance the career with what you like,
Right.
and then you'll be long term. You have to understand that this is a long life.
And make decisions
It's
based
a
on all that,
very
too.
long life.
Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah.
live it your life.
You just mentioned
Depends how many
balance.
kids you're having and all that.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
it. I was at an event last night up in New York City with SAP and some others, and they were talking about it because now people have been talking about work-life balance, work-life balance. Now the next step that they're recognizing is it's not work-life balance, it's work-life integration. Right? It's
Yeah.
not one side and the other versus each other. It's an integration. So that's where you have to be mindful. You have to be aware of how you're living when you're at work. Make your work life more like your home life. Make your home life more like your work life, and integrate the two of those so that you can
Or do a
happiness.
workout in your office or
Yeah,
something.
take a few minutes and
Go
and
play
stretch or
lunch
walk.
basketball or something if you can. Or
Yeah,
something.
something.
But your job must be stressful, no? As a lawyer.
Incredibly.
Right,
Incredibly,
right.
yeah.
And you have
Attorneys-
cases that that don't turn off. You have to be there, when they.
Yeah, my phone rings day and night. It goes nonstop. Weekends, people get hurt, they get arrested. People that are selling businesses and doing things like that, they usually wait until the workday. But
Not with your-
emergencies don't have a
Right.
schedule; they happen all the time. So being an attorney is incredibly stressful. So I personally had gone through a lot of the struggles. Trying to balance it myself. And a lot of attorneys don't come out on the other side. They struggle because of the level of stress.
Marriages suffer, the whole thing.
Marriages suffer, everything, they suffer. And so, when I met Kurt and Trish and saw what they were doing, being able to maybe apply some of the tools that I learned over the many years now that I've been working on them, I said, this is a great opportunity to try and help others. So yeah, because we all have stress. But we need to learn how to deal with it. We need to learn how to, I say, the persistent, consistent pursuit of your happiness. I believe in mentors. One of my mentors has that ingrained in me. And so now I tell people that I do some coaching and mentoring, and I tell people that that's what we have to do. Don't get caught up in anything else, but it's a consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, your happiness. And everything else, it'll fall into place. And I think so many of the kids, they get caught up on other things. They feel like they're disappointing themselves or disappointing their parents or letting somebody down or afraid to say how they really feel about something. Maybe if they're homosexual, maybe they have certain proclivities that they don't think society will accept.
Right.
And all of a sudden now they don't know how to react or respond.
And they're
or express
myopic
themselves.
too. It's like the whole
Yeah.
world's coming down on them.
Yeah, and you
Everybody
need
up
to
there.
know that there's so much love in the world. If you find the right people in the right places, they will embrace you. And so, organizations like this are just give that opportunity.
Yeah,
to people.
mentor's important. Someone to hold your hand. You still do it
Incredibly
yourself.
important.
Right.
Yeah, I still do it. I still have people that I go to nationally, and we do it for people. Yeah, because it's important. You need to have that source of, like you said, with your wife, family, and people that you can go to, that inner circle. But one of the things that we realize very often is that the people that love you, even though it's their intention, they don't always give you the best advice, because woven into that is a protection mechanism, and they want to do that. So you have to get various forms of advice and opinions to do the right things. And yeah.
So it could be both. And you can still rely on medicine sometimes. Some people say to get through rough times, you can take a Valium once in a while.
No. I mean, everybody has their own solutions, right? So you have to find out what works long term for you. And some people have medication they have, and others do it without medication. Other people do it complete without medication. Maybe they had medication for a while.
Right.
And a lot of these things are very cyclical. So these mental health things will cycle, and they could be 6 months or it could be a day. I mean, there's different processes.
So you've got to monitor, find a mentor, know you're not alone.
Right.
Keep that perspective going.
Yeah. So
and
just
find out what works for your brain.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Once you understand what works for your brain, it makes it much clearer, much better understanding. First thing for the kids is once they realize, hey, it's not me. It's something it's a diagnosis.
Right.
And they can separate the two. Now I can focus on how do I take care of that.
To me, it's almost I'm not alone. You're not alone.
They're
That's
not
right.
alone.
Yeah.
It's about 20 to 25% of the kids will have a diagnosable mental health disorder.
Right. Wow. In a final minute, can you just tell what's going to be happening on the 16th and anything else, and just websites? Go on.
Sure.
Talk right to the camera. Which camera should they
Yeah.
talk to? Whatever one they want. Fine.
Talk to all of them.
This one.
October 16th in Princeton, New Jersey, the Air Taste of Hope event. We have about 25 restaurateurs, local restaurateurs coming out with samples of all of their food. We have various organizations providing beverages, wine, beer, drinks. We have a great selection of silent auction pieces and other things, and probably 300 or so great people from around the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, New York. They're coming in from. We're going to have a couple of celebrities and athletes there, so it's going to be a great networking event. Really is a fun, despite everything.
I would love to be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real.
What athletes? What celebrities besides myself?
Stay
Always
tuned.
there.
Stay
Okay, stay
tuned.
tuned.
Yeah, we can't reveal that.
Tease.
Yeah.
And quickly, in the last 10 seconds,
yes.
what advice do you give to parents who lose their child, whose child dies? I mean, any advice? Can you give advice? How do you deal with it? Get on. Well, one way, because
first thing is forgive yourself.
forgive yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Be empathetic to yourself. And it's a process, and it'll take a long time.
But you can live again.
You absolutely can live again, and you learn to live with it. And so our Kenny, our son, is still with us here today, and some days are good days, some days are bad days, but as time goes on, it does get easier to deal with, and everybody has their own way of managing it, and we've decided our way of managing it is to go out and help others and try to prevent.
Right. Take something out of it.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you're going to live, keep living.
You have to keep living, absolutely.
I was going to say, so if they, you asked about where to find everything. It's at air.ngo, and Kurt is all over social media, Kurt Baker, and Mike Mamola, M-U-M-O-L-A, and his wife Trish Baker. So you can find a lot of that information out there. And please, if you know somebody who might benefit from this, share this with them. Let them know there is help.
Or you can always Google Attitudes in Reverse, and we come up on the first 3 pages. So
Smart.
You'll find us that way very easily.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, October 16th at the Marriott Taste of Hope.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next month.